He was a baby emperor in 1908, but who stayed on the throne only for 3 years, and his dynasty was collapsed.
So the dynasty was collapsed under his period.
That's right, in 1911. Under the preferential treatment for his family, who still lived in the inner court, and then he was driven out of the Forbidden City in 1924. And he died in 1967 at the age of 61.
Where did he go after he came from here?
A very good question. Who stayed in Beijing for a couple of years and then went to Tianjin. Tianjin is like an adjacent city, about 200 kilometers away from here. And then he was made as a puppet emperor by the Japanese army from 1931 to 1945. Puppet emperor under the Japanese control. And he was captured by the Red Soviet Army at the end of Second World War and sent back to China after the founding of the PRC in 1949. And who was given an amnesty in 1958, received a job in the botanical garden as a gardener. As a gardener. This is how it looked like inside the palace. It's pretty empty.
Gold floor.
Golden brick. It's called golden brick floor. It's not a golden brick. Not made of gold, but they are very precious. As precious as gold. That's why they were called the golden brick. This is how it looked like inside. They also have the emperor throne, and the throne, the screen stay behind, just like the combination we saw in that furniture exhibition hall. Throne and a screen, and there's a huge plaque stay which hung above the emperor throne. It reads 见机随用.
Steps to come to the Pacific Negation, achieving social stability and peace.
Right. So that's what it means. Hard to understand. This is a 见机随用. It is pretty empty. Only the platform are for holding up emperor throne and screen inside in the middle. Because the emperor do not use this hall very often, 3 or 4 times a year. That's it. And supported by 72 wooden pillars. Those pillars very tall, and the 6 in the middle are coiled with a dragon and gilded. Gilded means which wear a layer of gold. Give it a golden color. That's how it looks from the side. And the incense burners down here. Okay, so that is how it looks like. From here we can see those mythical figures. You see 11. 11 is the maximum. That one doesn't count. 11, a man riding a rooster, dragon, phoenix, lion.
Over there. He's riding the rooster over there.
That's right. Over here.
Over there.
Yeah. They were doing such duties of warding out the evil spirit of the building and to protect the buildings from catching fire. But they didn't work very well. No, it didn't work. And this palace is called Preserving Harmony. We're used for the emperor to hold the banquet, to entertain the ministers, foreign ambassadors during the Chinese New Year's Eve in the past. So it is called a banquet hall. And also the place for the imperial examinations after the mid of the Qing dynasty. The imperial examination, there are 4 levels of examinations held in the past. From the county level, provincial level, national level, and the imperial examination. Imperial examination, which was taking place right in this palace, which is the highest, presided by the emperor himself. On that day, 300 scholars, they come from all over the country, would take exams in this palace. Three scholars who scored the highest would have the honor to walk through the central entrance in the past. That was deemed as the best honor for scholars in the past. All right, this is the scene how they took exams.
300 people.
Yeah, 300 people in this palace for one day, from the early morning to late afternoon. They would take exams here, and the examination focus on the 3 parts: history, current affairs, as well as the theories. So the history, that's because China has a long history in this country. So that they test the history on the first part. And the current affairs. Current affairs refers to the current or the most famous topic during that period, like the international domestic relationship, or the flood, how to control over the flood, or those natural disasters. And third part, they focuses on the theory. Theory composed by the famous 4 books and 5 classics. So that's what they take exams in this examination palace.